Hey guys, just want to let you know that the audio for this recording got a bit messed up, so I lost about an hour of sound. I'm just going to do post-production commentary for this episode and have the footage playing at 4 times speed. First thing I want to note is that I actually forgot that I had the Hippogriff soul when I started this playthrough. That's the soul that makes it possible to jump really high. So for a while, for about half a video, you'll see that I actually keep trying to do trick jumps and Puppet Master throws to get past certain obstacles. Like right here, I could easily jump over the wall if I hadn't forgotten I had it. In fact, I could have used Puppet Master to get over it if I had thought about it. Funny thing here, I actually used the Hippogriff ability by accident 3 times, hitting the ceiling. It still doesn't register in my head that I have it though, and I immediately forget and continue using backdash. Now here I decide to use the magical ticket again to warp back to the starting save room in the Lost Village. This will make it easier to get to the Demon Guest House, which is my next destination. Destination. Right here I actually find a boss room, but I decide to look for a save room instead of fighting it. I just don't want to take the risk with that. At this point I find another boss room, but I still want to keep looking for a save room, but instead I find a warp room, which is honestly close enough since I found another warp room right next to a save room in the Dark Chapel. You can see me desperately trying to get close enough to the boss door to open it. I still don't remember that I have the Hippogriff soul. Right here I actually find a really good weapon. In the Randomizer, some weapons have the animation for firing a gun while still having a sword come out. This means that there are 2 active hitboxes that can hit at the exact same time. Now there's actually a glitch that can occur with paranoia in the Randomizer for bosses, and this glitch can soft lock the game if things aren't done in a certain way, but 2 things need to happen for the glitch to occur. Firstly, paranoia has to be in a different boss room than he would normally appear in. This means another boss will spawn in his room. Secondly, you have to kill the boss in paranoia's room before entering the room paranoia gets randomly placed in. If these 2 things happen, then paranoia will not appear in the boss room that he was placed in, but the boss doors will still close and you will still be stuck in that. This also means that progression will be halted completely if that is the only path that you have not gone down yet. However, I modified the code in my copy of the Randomizer program so that paranoia will always appear in his default room. Now since I've died a few times against paranoia, I decided I want to farm for that really good weapon again, as I lost it both times I obtained it. It takes me quite a while to get it again. I actually have to increase my luck stat. Finally, after 3 tries, I defeat Paranoia. Obviously, I'm playing on an emulator, so I'm still using a mouse, and it's really difficult to draw magic seals using that. Now here is where I find the tower key. This is actually the second time I found it, but I died after the first time. Having the key will ensure that I won't be blocked off by the gate in the condemned tower once I get there. Now I go back to the first boss door I found in the guest house, and I find it to be Rahab. He's actually really easy to fight when you can stand on his water surface level. I was also really lucky in doing his magic seal correctly the first time. By defeating him, I gain the creature's soul, which heals you very slowly. I consider it to be one of the best souls you can find in the game, because if you're at low health you can just stand in one spot for a few minutes and let yourself heal. At this point I find the wizardry lab. As you'll see in just a minute, I die pretty quickly after discovering the lab. After dying, I decide that I'm just going to explore the cathedral a bit more and go back to the lab when I'm a bit stronger. In here I find Balor, and I decide to wait for my health to heal from the creature's soul. Something to note about Balor is that the floor in Malthus' room is actually one tile higher than any of the other boss rooms. This makes it impossible to duck under Balor's laser if he appears in this room. Luckily for me, Balor has really bad stats in this randomized castle, so his laser only ends up doing about 40 damage per hit, and he has really low health. Since I actually remember that I have the Hippogriff's soul now, I decide to fully explore the huge outdoor room in the Dark Chapel. In doing so, I also find the Zephyr soul. This means that if I come across the room in the Silenced Ruins where I have to unfreeze time, I'll have the correct soul available right away. Let me know if you prefer how I did this episode or the way I formatted the first two episodes. I was kind of forced to do this episode this way, but it turned out a lot easier to do for me, because I could show a lot more gameplay, and narration is a lot easier. So that's it for today's episode. See you guys in the next video where we will fully explore the Wizardry Lab.